One. Hey, welcome everybody to the Voice of E-Commerce, the broadcasting arm of the E-Commerce Business School. This is Coach Curt Johnson, and I'm sure you recognize the guy above me and our Director of Training, Brian Cummings. Hey, Brian.
Hello, Curt.
Hey, we are here to inform you, to educate you, to inspire you, the evolving e-commerce entrepreneur. And if you're not one yet, you get to join us at www.joinebs.com. And so we're here for an edition of the Voice of E-Commerce. Ann Sieg is probably in the air as we speak on her way to Houston to actually speak at an e-commerce event. So we're filling in here a little bit today. So you're going to hear a little bit about Brian's story and some tips and things that he did to expand his business. So welcome everybody. Hey, want to make sure the electrons are running right. If you would like to go to the Facebook page and give me any feedback that is looking good for you. I should have brought it up on my phone, Brian. Just to make sure that things were happening there. Anybody want to send me some message there? You know what? Yep, I can't do any more than I'm doing right here. I got 3 screens, but I'm loaded. Let's see. Anybody at all? Brian, can you tell on your end whether we're good and going and live?
I've got it open, and I don't see any questions or comments as of yet.
Okay, how about it, guys? There. Hey, Kathleen. Okay, I think we're good to go. I was looking for something to happen there. So
There we
okay,
go. Yep.
loud and clear. Well, I've accused many times of being loud, but not as often as being clear. So anyway, hey Brian, really enjoy working with you at the E-Commerce Business School under Ann's leadership. She's pulled together just a lot of talent. I like to tell people the collective wisdom we have here far exceeds anything else out there, and we just have a lot of fun doing it. So, and a lot of people are looking to get into e-commerce, and they have a goal in mind to have some life-changing income, and we're helping people find that path all along the way. And a lot of people want to be like Brian and emulate you and what you've done and your journey and everything. And so if guys, as you're coming on in, if you have any questions at all, please just put them in the panel. Even if you're listening to the recording later in the day, we'll jump on those and give you the best feedback we can, or point you to resources to help you along the way, either discover e-commerce or to grow your e-commerce business. That is the theme of today. And go to www.joinebs.com. So, Brian, I know a lot of people listen to this that haven't heard your story. Could you tell us a little bit about your journey, particularly shining the light on when it came to the point to start expanding some?
Yep. It started for me out of desperation a little over 10 years ago, where my business took a crash. This was just prior to the crash of the economy in 2008. And I was scrambling, looking for something else to do, started selling some products on eBay, really just used stuff that my wife was finding at yard sales, and then stumbled into a little pamphlet about selling books on Amazon. And that was the one that worked for me. Oh, great. I can shop for books. They're easy to find. I'd go to thrift stores and yard sales and friends of library sales. And then I would find the ones that were valuable, meaning that they sell for a profit on Amazon, and put them up for sale on Amazon. Then some of our members here and other people have heard of Amazon FBA. That's where you send your products into the Prime warehouses, where Amazon Prime customers will buy those products, and we'll send our products into FBA so those Prime customers can buy stuff from us. They think it's coming from Amazon, but it's actually coming from us. So I did that for about 4 years, just selling books, did really well, got out of debt, bought a home, motorhome, and we had the lifestyle that we wanted. But, that gets a little tiring. There's other things that I want to do besides just selling books and standing in front of bookshelves. And a lot of people do something called retail arbitrage. And that's arbitrage is just a term where you buy something in one market and you sell in another market for a greater price. And the market that we're happening to buy from are the clearance aisles of stores. And so we find things that are highly discounted, go to Amazon and sell them there. I know there was a PDF that I had sent you, Curt. I don't know if you wanted to show a slide of that or not.
Sure. Let me get it right now.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, here it is. Actually, I'm on the first page of that PDF, Brian, just with the EBS logo. What page would you like me to go to?
I think it's the third or fourth one. It's got a picture of Walmart. And it just illustrates the case here that Walmart in deals. So you go find deals. This slide is actually, these slides are part of the introductory training for the online shopping profit system, which I want to tell you about. It's an exciting course.
Well,
The whole
Brian,
idea here.
before you go any further, you mentioned the books, which is a foundation, and I personally want to thank you because my wife and I dove into that, did it for a number of years, and it was just fun. You know, going books, getting that extra part-time job, help pay for some weddings and so on and so forth. But the thing that impressed me maybe the most is the fact that it not only worked for you, you were able to create the success in myself and literally hundreds of other people. And so that's just awesome. And then again, now with the online shopping profit system, if you are interested in that, just go ahead and go to www.joinebs.com. You'll get into our system. You'll hear about the online shopping profit system. You might be getting emails anyway. So a little bit about what Brian said. I just want to underline with a highlighter here what Brian's going to talk about today. We actually have a really great course that we're selling for half price now over the next few days. But anyway, Brian, sorry to interrupt, but go ahead.
Sure. Well, the reason everybody can do it, or anybody else could do it if they want to, is because it is a system. And by doing it, if you talk about flipping books, it's very systematic for me. It was routine every day that I could go out and find books and send them into Amazon, and they would sell. And it's very systematic for me. So I wanted to increase that. And there's only so much time that I can spend in front of a bookshelf. I'm watching other people shop in stores. We started to shop in stores for other products, the clearance aisle of Walmart, for instance. Yeah, scroll down a little bit. I don't know if you're 15 seconds behind what I can see there, but go down to where it shows Walmart.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what I'm showing. Yeah, I get a lag time too on my other monitor, but what I'm showing right now is the online shopping profit system, the Walmart with a picture of the Amazon back office.
Great. That's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. So you could imagine doing this for yourself, right? You're buying things at clearance at Walmart on the clearance aisle, and that sell for a lot more money on Amazon, and you put them up for sale on Amazon. It's the same process whether you're doing it for books, you're doing it for other common retail items. But you can also source these items online as well. You can go to the clearance aisle, so to speak, of Walmart's website or any other website and shop for products that are 50% or less than what they're selling for currently on Amazon. And if you know your numbers, it becomes very systematic. I've got another slide not the slide, but a manual. It says a manual on it. It's a spreadsheet.
Oh, yeah. Let me get that.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Open that up.
Okay.
I shared a couple of things with Coach Curt that I have in my business here.
The one with the U.S. stores, UK stores, Canadian stores, that one?
Well, that's great. Show that one first. Are we looking at it right now?
Yep.
Okay. So those are a list of stores that we offer or promote in the online shopping profit system. This whole list, there's about 450 stores that are on that list that are in the US. There's more stores in the UK. There's more stores in Canada there. There's just tons of opportunity for sourcing products online. So you can imagine if you're going online, you've got the whole world to be able to find products to then list for sale on Amazon at a profit. Now go to the one that says a manual.
Emmanuel. Is that in the PDF? Is that a link? I'm sorry, Brian. I might
It's
have
a
missed
link.
that.
It was the top link above the PDF in your Skype.
Okay, I hit that link and I might have missed it. I'm looking at the Walmart clearance online sale. Let me go back and see if I can find that link for you.
Okay.
I think I missed
So what Curt is going to show you is a link to or a spreadsheet of my team finding products. And when I say my team, I knew that I didn't have time to go shopping online and look at store after store.
It's showing now, Brian. I found it.
Great.
Yep.
Okay, so I knew that I didn't have time to look for these products, but I could hire somebody, and I could hire somebody very inexpensively who would love to have a job like this, who was experienced doing this from overseas. And typically, I like to find employees or workers in the Philippines. And so Manuel is a worker that I hired to find products online from that list of stores. And what you're looking at is the spreadsheet that has the Amazon listings on the left. In the middle, it's got the store listings that we're shopping on. And on the right, it's got a colored chart. And that color chart has green, yellow, red. And basically what it's telling you is the net profit, your return on investment, your profit margin, and then a factor called sales rank, which has to do with how quickly items sell on Amazon. And the key to this chart, this color chart, is green is good. If there's more green, that means that item is more likely to be more profitable, to sell quicker and bring in more money for you. So now my Emmanuel, my VA, virtual assistant from the Philippines, is just visiting stores, matching up the discounted products there to Amazon, and the spreadsheet tells us whether it's profitable or not. And he's just filling that out. They work about 12 hours opposite of me. You know, their daytime is my nighttime. So I wake up in the morning and there's this list of products, and I just go through and I select the ones that make the most sense for me to purchase. And then those products arrive at my home, my office, package them up and send them into Amazon's FBA warehouse. And it's a system. It just repeats itself over and over.
It's a beautiful system too, Brian. And speaking of the Philippines, I think I lived there on and off for a couple of years. Just love the Filipino people, and we're really helping the Filipino people. In fact, if you are a Filipino, go ahead and chime on in here. I love your culture. I love your people group. But in regards to the system and to this, I started doing online arbitrage. We showed the list of stores earlier. I was just flabbergasted at the number of stores that wanted to sell me stuff to resell. It's just like, wow, hundreds and hundreds. And I had a lot of fun digging into all of that. And then when I started looking at VAs and hired a VA and all that, when I saw your spreadsheet, Brian, I thought I was good at spreadsheets. When I saw some of the algorithms that you put together here, I thought, oh my gosh. Now, I don't know if you guys know anything about spreadsheets, but see this little line up here? That's a complicated algorithm. Just this spreadsheet with the online shopping profit system took, I don't know, how many hundreds of hours of time to put together, Brian. I think it's worth thousands of dollars, just this piece of information here. It's an incredible tool. Do we have a lag time?
Yeah, we have a little bit of a lag time. Okay. And I anyway, had some background noise from the video.
Just a second, guys. If you are just joining us, wondering what all this is about, I am filling in for Ann Sieg here today. She's normally the host of The Voice of E-Commerce. We're here to educate and inspire you on your entrepreneurial journey. With me is Brian Cummings. If you'd like to know more about what we're doing and who we are, you can go to www.joinebs.com. Right now, we're talking about Brian developing a system and then hiring a virtual assistant, teaching them that systems to be able to expand and automate businesses. So, Brian, I love this spreadsheet. It is fabulous.
We're fortunate to have some talented people here at the e-commerce business school. And one of those talented individuals is Coach Sarah Sotis. And she helped me with these calculations there. So I had created some calculations that were, they worked, but I'll tell you, they were not very eloquent. And Sarah said, why are you doing it the hard way? Let me show you. And she actually added some modifications. She's improved this spreadsheet. So I owe a lot of what you're seeing here to her.
And I'm going to tease you, Brian. I never knew that. I was giving you 100% credit. So I take back everything I said, and I'm going to go tell Sarah how awesome she is. So I just kidding. I love this spreadsheet and the fact, and we do that. And that's, what we do here at the EBS is what you are showing how you can do on a team if you want to expand your business. To make more money with books, which is a lot of fun, you've got to just scan a lot more books. So it's limited of time, even though we actually have people do scanning their books for them. But this is like, wow. And the Filipino wages, blessing Filipino families, and being able to give them. Now, if I was just handed this spreadsheet, Brian, though, I wouldn't know what to do with it. Does your system, how do you train VAs? How do you get them up to snuff to be able to actually interface and help us?
Well, this is kind of the interesting thing. I mean, how do you learn anything in life? You have somebody show you how to do it, and then you practice it yourself, and then you demonstrate it back in front of the teacher, and the teacher just corrects you and says, that's right. That's, you've got it right, or you need to make an adjustment here or there. So we do train people in the online shopping profit system how to do this, but we've also trained them how to train others how to do this. And I've created a training video that you could just hand over to your VA if you wanted to. Although what we recommend that you do is show them how to do it. You need to know how to do the skill in order to teach somebody else. So we give you it all. We train you how to do it. Then we train you how to train somebody else. We provide you with the training and all the materials that you need that you could just hand over and give to a VA, and that's all in my voice. But we also train you how to create your own trainings.
Great.
So it doesn't end right here. You know, you can expand this system.
So Brian, if I was to dive in and learn online arbitrage, okay, you've explained what arbitrage is. Let me give you a summary just to make sure I'm catching, because we know we get people listening to the Voice of E-commerce and E-commerce Business School that are really just getting exposed even to e-commerce, and especially who we are. So what the method is, instead of going out to stores and finding stuff, I'm going online. I'm showing now the picture of Walmart's clearance section. I can find stuff. I can compare it to what's selling on Amazon, and if there's a profit margin, I can actually buy online, have it shipped to my home. I repackage it, and we have training for that, and I send it to Amazon. And then they basically take care of it from there, and I get a piece of that pie with the price differential. Okay, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And I've done that, by the way, and it's really fun. The first item I think I ever sold on Amazon was this denim dog bone, and I couldn't find them anymore. I went online, found a whole case of them. They shipped them to my house, and I shipped them to Amazon. I was like, wow, that was awesome. And so that was the start of online arbitrage, built for me until I ended up sourcing some stuff from China, so on and so forth. But that's what online arbitrage. So what you've done is the work and the detail work and the repetitive work of going to Walmart or going to Dollar Tree and all those, and then we have that list of hundreds of stores. We can actually train a VA to do all that. Like you say, they work through the night, they pick the products, they take all that data, and the internet's just so wonderful. I'm showing now again, there are the stores that they go through, and at the end of I don't know, 8-10 hours, whatever they work that night, we've got a whole list of new products that we can decide whether or not, depending on the profit margins, whether we want to order them online, have them sent to us, or even a shipping center, and then send it into Amazon. Do I kind of got the concept right?
Yep, you've got the concept right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That is online arbitrage.
And that worker, the typical wage for that worker is about $3 an hour. This is not a highly skilled job. It doesn't take long to learn how to do this. It's just very repetitive. And that's why I prefer somebody else do this. Rather than me spending 8 hours a day doing this, I'd rather somebody else do that. And for $3 an hour, with the return that you make on your products, it's well worth it.
All right, guys. Hey, we're going to bring it to a wrap here in just a few minutes. If you have any questions, please just put them in the panel there. We'd be happy to answer them right now. You got Brian Cummings with you live. If you're listening to this recording, feel free to jump them in there anyway, because we will look at that and answer them later. This is Coach Curt Johnson filling in for Ann Sieg with the Voice of E-commerce. I'm with Brian Cummings, our Executive Director of Training and Coaching, talking about online arbitrage. And it's timely because right this week we do have a half-price sale on our system, which includes this spreadsheet, includes training VAs and all of that going on this week. So if you want to know more about any of this at all, and we also have a free course, so whatever, it's www.joinebs.com. You'll be then gifted a free membership on our back office, and you can just knock on the door and say, hey, how about that online? If you don't see anything, how about that online stuff that Brian was talking about? So it really is about leverage, scale, systems, and if you've never worked with a VA, it's really not that difficult. And you even show us, Brian, in the training and in our community, we help each other how to pick a good VA and then how to interface with them and talk with them. And I'm going to say it again, the Filipino people are just beautiful. It's really quite a joy to work with them. So
yeah, I've hired here in the US as well as other places in the world, and I keep going back to the Philippines if I can hire somebody to do it remotely. I do have a woman that preps all my products. She preps those books and gets them ready to send them into Amazon. that has to be a local person. And she's wonderful. She's actually, she married my stepson. So she's now a member of her family. Her name is Candy, but her wages are quite high in comparison to the Philippines. And really, the workers that I've had from the Philippines have been more consistent, honest, dedicated, hardworking than majority of employees I've had in the past here from the United States. Yeah. It just is that ethic that's over there.
And the repetitive work too. Someone that's trying, like yourself and others, grow a business, they don't mind that repetitive work. They're actually very good at it. They're servant hearted, on and on. Obviously, the right person I'm talking about. But so anyway, I always like to emphasize we're doing not only our own family and destiny, we're doing their family and destiny a real great service by providing that kind of income for them. That's not difficult to find in that way over there. So. All right. Well, Brian, that's going to call it for wrap. I just wanted people to really understand online arbitrage today and kind of the journey. I know one question, I'll ask the first question. If there's no other questions, that's fine. When you start, whether it's local retail arbitrage, whether it's online retail arbitrage, when do you take that step into this kind of expansion that we've talked about today with the virtual assistants from Philippines?
Yeah, we're talking about scaling a business. And when you're a one-man shop or a mom and pop shop, like my wife and I, we only have so many hours in the day. And when there's things that we could be doing that would bring in more money, but we don't have the time to do it, it's the perfect time to give that process that you're already doing to somebody else. So I wanted to shop more hours a day. And here I can have somebody do it from the Philippines for me. That's awesome.
Okay, great. Any other questions? I'm looking at the panel. I don't see anything. We do have a little bit of lag time, and I apologize for that. So if we jump off before we answer your question, we will get to it. This is Coach Curt Johnson on behalf of Ann Sieg here at the Voice of E-Commerce. Thank you for joining us today with our Director of Coaching and Training, Brian Cummings, talking a little bit about online arbitrage and how it's one of the many ways to expand your business into life-changing income. So we're here to help you. So, Brian, thank you for your time today. Any closing thoughts before we say goodbye to everybody?
Yeah, one other thing, if you're in business now, and I would say any type of e-commerce business, you're selling physical products, selling anything online, the idea of hiring somebody sometimes sounds scary. But one of the reasons why I created this training was to help people go from that bridge of being a solopreneur, just a mom and pop shop, to having some help. And you can do this in a very systematic way, and it's easy. And the stumbling block seems to be, how do I hire somebody? How do I train them? How do I manage them? And this training is perfect for learning those three skills: how to hire, train, and manage a remote employee. So even if you're selling something else, let's say online, I think this is a great training just to learn that process.
Great. Well, thank you, everybody, for participating in another edition of the Voice of E-Commerce. I'm pretty sure Ann Sieg will be back in the saddle next week. As I say, she's at an event speaking on e-commerce this weekend, and even some of our students are there. So we wish you well, and make it a great day for yourselves. And we'll see you. Brian is also going to be talking a little bit more about this on our Saturday morning live. We have a lot of activity here at the E-Commerce Business School. Hope you join us sometime. Even check it out, kick the tires at www.joinebs.com. So for now, thanks everybody. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.